welcome to Cape Fear Collectibles. We're doing a draft school episode, Zendikar Rising Premiere Draft, and this is our pack one, pick one. Just a quick note too, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and click that alert button so you get notified when we go live and when we put out new videos. Alright, that being said, let's take a look at what we got here. Soul Shatter isn't terrible removal. Generally you can get rid of their best creature with that. Shepherd of Heroes goes well with the Cleric's deck. It's a big flyer, gain some life. You can also use it in a party deck, which is not bad. I think we're gonna we'll grab the Soul Shatter first. It's reasonable removal. Alright, Journey to Oblivion is another great removal card. I don't mind being in black-white. Goma Vanguard's a good card if you're going to be in Warriors. There's an Expedition Healer for the Clerics. Mind Drain's also not bad. And then there's a Bug Catcher if you were going to go into the party. I think we're just going to go with Journey to Oblivion, as it's a really good removal because it takes care of any non-land permanent. That includes like Roosted Drakes, Felidar Retreat, so you can get rid of about any threat with this. So we're gonna start off with two good removal cards. Alrighty. Nothing quite in the black-white category for us to continue with. There's a Relic Amulet, which generally you only want to play if you have a lot of instant sorceries and or wizards. It's mainly it's a signpost for the red-blue wizards deck, which I also don't mind being in. So I wouldn't mind. I think I'm going to snag that up and keep that as a possibility. Ooh, Thwart the Grave. That's a great card for recursion. Get back two creatures from the graveyard. There's two wizards here too, and we do have the Relic Amulet. But Thwart is just such a good card. I think we're gonna snag that up. We'll see what comes back around. We're still pretty open right now to do anything. There's a Blood Price that fits well in the Cleric's deck. I think that's kind of what we're maybe banking on. There's a Skyclave Plunder. We're kind of far from playing blue unless we do end up going into the Wizards deck. And it's honestly not too difficult to pick up a Blood Price later in the game, so we're going to grab the Skyclave Plunder, draft the hard way, keep ourselves open. So right now we can pivot into the Wizards deck if we see a big reason to do that. If not, we can continue on the path that we're at. There's a Shadow Stinger. There's also a party option open with what we're doing as well. And if we somehow end up in blue-black rogues, we have three good cards that fit in that already. So we're gonna just snag that. Although it's looking now that Wizards might be open, we'll grab a Cunning Geyser Mage. It's a blue card. I wouldn't mind playing that in the Rogues deck if we do end up in that. But the possibility of Wizards being open is there. If somebody passes up on the signpost or we open one next pack, we can definitely pick up that. There is a Subtle Strike, but I'd much rather just take the Ardent Electromancer, as it might fit into a Wizards deck. Same with Chilling Trap. There's a Mind Drain, which is good. if we ended up being in clerics. I kind of suspect that we might end up being in the red-blue rogues, excuse me, red-blue wizards deck though, so. But I think I might. Chilling traps, unless you're in that deck, they get passed around a lot, so we'll just grab the mind drain, see what happens. So we already have one mind drain, so let's grab another electromancer. And a seafloor stalker is not a bad pickup, even in the red-blue wizards deck, as you can use that to finish out the game, make it unblockable. There's a duelist with the possibility of still having the wizards or the rogues deck open. We're still pretty open. We could definitely be white-black clerics at this point, red-blue wizards, or even the black-blue rogues. So I don't see any wizards in red or blue. Well, a chronicler could fit into that. There's also the sure-footed infiltrator. We do have 2 rogues already. This is really built around the kicker deck. You want to have a lot of kicker cards for this to be a payoff, and I don't really think it's going to pay off in a wizards deck as much as there can be some kicker cards, but that's not the main thing. So we're just going to grab this sure-footed infiltrator and see what comes around. Well, there's a Xeristan, so I think we're gonna go on the rogues route for sure. That's a big pass. And since we kept ourselves open, we'll be able to use the Soul Shatter, Mind Drain, the Stinger, and the Thwart. And still, the only thing we're really missing out on is the Ardent Electromancer. Probably won't play Relic Vial or Journey. Wow, there's 2 really good removal cards. Also the Relic Golem that goes well in the blue-black rogues deck. If somebody else is playing rogue, this probably won't come around, but Deadly Alliance is such a good removal spell, and removal is very key and limited. So I think we're just going to pass on the Relic Golem right now. It may come back around, unlikely though, especially if somebody else is drafting rogues. Some people will just play it for whatever reason, but its home is in the blue-black rogues deck. So there's a Merfolk Wind Robber that goes well with what we're trying to do. Pack Beast also works because it can trigger Xerath when it attacks. But yeah, we'll grab the Wind Robber because that's that fits a little bit in more with what we're doing, and it's only 1 drop. Get that mill started early. There's another Pack Beast. There's a Disruption. Most of the time I end up playing that as a land. It's really, I mean, it can be good, obviously, more so in the early game when they don't have as much mana, but it also can be good late game to counter a big spell that they have to tap out for. And again, I wouldn't mind having a Pack Beast, but we might be able to pick another one of those up later. So there's another Duelist. Nothing quite in here that we're looking to pick up in blue or black, so we'll just grab the Duelist. There's a Cascade Seer. There's also a Skyclave Squid. Squid's not terrible. I think it's underrated, but I think with Cascade Seer, that can kind of fill out our 4-drop slot a little bit. We might not play it. But scrying's always good, and we might possibly be able to do it for 3. Oh, there's another one. Let's just grab this Beyond the Veil. I generally don't play that. Oh, there's a great pickup for what we're trying to do. And another one. I don't mind playing as many of these as I can get a hold of in a rogues deck. And wow, okay, we are probably the only rogues player. We are in the correct seat. This relic golem went around the entire table and nobody grabbed it. And that is a big signal to me that we are in the correct seat and that nobody else is playing rogues. Because there was nothing else in that. If you were playing rogues, there was nothing else in that pack you would have taken over relic golem. I'll just grab Oblivion to deny somebody like that. Alright, let's see if we have anything that's going to be a big payoff in rogues. There is the Cherix, which we can play. There's an anti-cognition that can fit into our deck. Counter spells, in this, I mean, it's technically supposed to go in this archetype, but Cherix is just such a big body. The only way they can, nobody's going to get through this in combat except with a flyer or a removal spell. So I don't mind taking that here. I also like Rebirth. That probably won't come back around. Anti-Cognition, again, I'm not worried about because if you're not in the rogues deck, you're probably not going to play that. So we'll just grab the big crab. So in this pack, we've got a field research, which is nice. We have an expedition skulker, that fits in the rogues deck. And then an old priest of Oblivion. It's a cleric, but you can bring that back, bring something back from the graveyard, and it's a 2/2 with menace and lifelink, so we'll definitely grab that and not be mad about playing that. Not much in this pack for us at all. Another duelist. Again, generally wouldn't want to probably play 3 of these, but we do have the Relic Golem, which that will help put that online. There's a Field Research, Vanquish the Weak, and an Acquisition Expert. I'm probably a higher right now on Vanquish, as I want a little bit more removal. We only have, what do we got? Soul Shatter, Deadly Alliance. Yeah, we only have 2 removal spells right now, so we're gonna snag this up. Also, I wouldn't be mad about playing Gloom Hunter, Field Research, or the Acquisition Expert, but we need to get some more pieces of removal here. So there's a Bubble Snare, which we'll probably grab. Merfolk Falconer is great. Even I'd play that in this deck, even though it doesn't really fit the types. But a 4/4 flyer with 5 is pretty good, especially with not a lot of creatures with reach in this format. Blood Beckoning is great, even in this deck. Get Xera's Sand back or any of the other creatures that we need. But we're gonna grab this Bubble Snares. It's really good removal. There's a Pack Beast that will fit in with the rogues. Tazim Royal Mage to get back a spell, and then Blade Priest. We really don't have much in the way of life gain, so that's really going to be irrelevant. I don't mind grabbing Royal Mage here. Again, not a rogue, but we can get back like Glacial Grasp or one of our removal spells, which is good. We already have a Skyclave Plunder, so we'll just grab a Field Research. There's another Glacial Grasp we'll grab up. Wow, the Rebirth came back around. We'll definitely grab that. Yeah. Farsight Adept. That card's not good. It's good if they're playing it against you, though. I don't mind drawing cards for free. We'll just grab the Deliberate. Probably not going to play that. And a squid to round it out. Wow, Acquisition Expert came around. I'll grab that. I might actually play that. We'll see. I'd rather play that over the squid for sure. Let's start picking apart what we're not gonna play. Relic Amulet. Let's see what creature count. 14. 14's not bad. Alright, we got 2. Let's get our land spell cards over here. So right off the bat, I don't mind taking off those 2 as they're replaced with the dual cards. It's gonna be hard. Probably hard to cut. We don't want to really. Honestly, though, I think I will. I'd rather have a duelist than a Cascade Seer, because we want to get a lot of stuff in their graveyard. 1, to get the Relic Golem online. 2, to have more targets for the Xeris Sand. And possibly, nobody probably even opened the signpost card, or somebody picked it up and pivoted out of being rogues later. Because I'm surprised that's the only thing that we would really want to have, to have like continual mill recursion, that or a crab. We do have the Wind Robber, but that can get shut down pretty early if they just play any flyer. So we gotta cut 2 more cards. Tough choices. I mean, Charix doesn't really go with what we're doing, but it's such a big body. I mean, it possibly could finish off a game towards the end too. Possibly Mind Drain. I like this more in like I mean, it does mill 2 cards, lose 1 life, gain a life. You don't draw a card off it though, that's right. I'd rather play the extra Glacial Grasp over Mind Drain. And then I think, what are we at? 14 creatures. I don't really like to go below that, but cutting Geyser Mage is good. You can bounce something. But I think I'd rather get a spell back with Tazim than I would bounce a creature, because we have a lot of powerful spells that we can get back from the graveyard. So I think it's either that or another duelist. I don't really see any of these spells that I'd be interested in getting rid of. And I guess we could go to Glacial Grasp. Yeah, I think that's fine. 2's fine. Cool. I think that's a pretty good lineup right there. I think we stayed open at the beginning. We had the route into a Cleric's deck. We had the route into this Rogue's deck, and we also had a route into the Wizard's deck. And I think we definitely found the open lane with picking up the Xeris Sand. I didn't really see any other Wizard signpost cards or anything that would have pulled me into that, and there weren't any other Relic Amulets. There were definitely no black-white Cleric cards, so I think we did the right thing. We stayed open until we were given a big signal, and then the finishing signal was the relic golem coming back around. That to me let me know that nobody else was playing blue-black rogues. Again, if we would have picked up maybe the signpost uncommon, that would have finished out the deck quite nicely, but I think we'll do pretty well with this. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check us out on Twitch, so you can check us out live. We do stream quite a bit, and not just draft. We stream standard ladder, historic ladder, as well. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. And also look out for the playthrough of this deck. You can find it on YouTube probably later today.